Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I started trying to look for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Battle of the Metal Racing League would like to give a big thank you to our sponsors for this season, throughout Season 8. Thank you so much for your support and all you guys have done for us. And now, onwards to the show. This is the Ford Entertainment Group PC.net 25 at Sonoma Raceway. Yes, indeed, race fans, time has come, and we are live here today at Sonoma, California, Sonoma Raceway, as we are about to take part in an adventurous journey where only the best and the toughest drivers can survive and conquer the illuminating, swishing, call-out, controlled chaos turns of Sonoma, California, Sonoma Raceway. It's about to go live down here for the Ford Entertainment Group PC.net, presented in part by our friends at the Pitstall Racing Network. The network to get your racing needs and league action and all that. The Pitstall Racing Network is where it's at. By the ButtKicker Company, best in performance on feeling real tracks of the virtual world. The ButtKicker, feel what you've been missing. by Ford Entertainment Group PC.net, matching your want with your wallet. They will look to bring out the best PC at the right price. And by Lighting Wrapz, the most affordable designs made for leisure. Lighting Wrapz looks to bring out the best designs in your library. And now, with that said, it is time once more to rain down on our drivers and rain down onto the field and see what comes up through the ranks. Presented by the Pitstar Racing Network, here is the starting lineup. And on the pole, it will be Robert Kahn in the 21. There's outside in the 20, Jeff Oakes. Row number 2 is going to be Sidney Taylor in the 07. Or outside in the 08, Keith Taylor. Row number 3 is going to be Matthew Hoffert in the 84. Is outside in the 1, Bobby Anderson. Row number 4 is Jeffrey Vickery in the 7. Is outside in the 90, Dennis Warnes. Row number 5 in the 5, Chantel Pottle. And the outside of her, the 18, Clinton Seymour. Row number 6, Mike Rideout in the 76 is outside in the 77, Stephen Ford. Row number 7 is going to be Jason Henry in the 3. It is outside in the 13. That is Hunter Hansen. Row number 8 in the 98. It'll be Sean Long. And it is outside in the 27. Corey Reed. Row number 9. Corey Stahl in the 66. It is outside in the 99. Wally Babb. Final starter, Joe Nuttleman, the number 14. Your field of drivers set to go. Drivers in range, in order, qualifying positions now onto the track. Awaiting the arrival of Stephen Ford and Joe Nuttleman. These drivers are about to embark and take place on a journey unlike any other. It is about to get wild here on PTM Racing TV as these drivers get set for the Ford Entertainment Group PC.net 25 laps to the distance at Sonoma. This is what it's all about. These are what these drivers come from, all different planes, all different walks of life. It is going to be an action-packed race day with the road course challenge ahead. Who will be able to knock down and take down the hardships and the tough terrains of the sandy desert plains? Also, I know, Rise, we're going into the intro here, not to toot our own horn, but we hope you guys enjoyed the little intro we came up with as well. We didn't just do that for Petaluma Racing League. We also have one for the Pitstar Racing Series you'll see coming up Thursday night, so be sure to check that out when we get to it. For those, that is something also we are working on for intro videos. So if you guys are interested, or if you want something for your league or just a special racing event, feel free to message us up. We do those now here, so on PT Racing TV. So let us know, and we'll get you all settled up. Stacked field of lineup and drivers here, of course. Here we got a lot of guys and gals trying to make it or break it on this tough terrain. And before we do get to that, let's take a look at a historic Cup Raceway track. This is presented in part by Ford Entertainment Group PC.net. Your track tech talk shows the historic Cup with the very, very tight ended little corner there off the back half of this track. Of course, as I always said, it looks more like a fuel pump, a fuel line to fill up these trucks as the way the track is shaped. But there are two turns of consideration. The first one is turn number 2 up on the top right there, and then the one is on the back straight where you see that straightaway. You'll see a lot of action there, but this corner right here they're coming to, watch out, because if you got somebody that's hard on the brakes and someone on the gas, something's got to give. It should be an interesting one as the field rockets their way off the corners in through the final turns. It's time to go racing here at Sonoma. Let the action commence for the Ford Entertainment Group PC.net 25. This first turn is going to get a lot of drivers all squabbly here. Let's see who gets through it first. Oaks already trying to put the pressure on Kahn. They lead their way through turn number 2. Out of the gate, clean so far. Smooth off the transition. This next one's going to be even more difficult, though, because you have to go from having to lay off the gas to then having to cross over into a tight banked area exit up top. So far, so good, except for Jason Henry. Gets clipped up into the sand a little bit, manages to avoid it. Field works their way on around. Everyone down for the paces into the back half. So far, so good. I am very impressed out of the gate with the start. I was expecting a few drivers to maybe get a little too over the top, maybe get a little too crazy. Looks like they've learned their lessons. Except for maybe the one that holds the race lead. The Napa Auto Parts number 20, Jeff Oakes, your race leader. He challenges the rest of the field. Con, the road course veteran, trying to catch him. Back of the pack right now. We got a birthday in the house. The Good Wrench 84. Happy birthday, Matthew Hoffert. Trying to have himself a birthday present opened up early as he goes one-on-one with the Fluff 7 Chevrolet Toyota Tundra driver of Jeffrey Vickery. Vickery's had a bit of a drive off here in the last couple of weeks here, looking to try to make another name for himself, kind of keep his pace and control of the season in his hands and his grasp. Multiple winners so far this season, not a single repeat driver yet. Really just showing you the level of competition and the tough battles these drivers face time and time again. Back into the outfield of the outhouse right now. Jason Henry in the 3 getting shuffled back down. The Valvoline machine, trouble down there as well. Looks like for Chantel Pottle. She has lost it into the corners there. And that's not something you usually see the throttle Pottle make a mistake on. She's been very consistent overall with her speed and endurance, but this is not the way you would have expected from her. I'll have to see if that comes back to haunt her a little bit later on. Vickery on the onboard camera there. We got going on here. Hey, producers, I told you not to put that on. We already told him happy birthday, thank you. There we go. At least we got that fixed now. I guess the producers want to say happy birthday to you there, Hopper. Just heads up there, buddy. Spreading him out a bit here. This is something you're going to see a lot of, too, is drivers spreading through the field. And also that corner as well, getting them a little bit loose. Corey Reed overshoots to turn, and Etry, his exit, not very good. Spun the tires, and she goes on around. Chantel Pottle on the 5 will move ahead the chains here. Joker Joe Nudelman was not able to make the call today, so he will be out of this one anyway. Tough break there for him, unfortunately. Checkmate. Keith Taylor right now in the 0-way. He's had some great starts in terms of qualifying, but has not been able to succeed or finish in his mind. He's looking to change that today with this one. He's off to a good start here with the closer, Cindy Taylor, sister, right behind him. And then big bad Bobby Anderson, the number 1 Toyota Tundra camp as well, rocking the Power Rangers green screen today. Bit of a mistake there from Keith. Opens the door up for Cindy. Cindy has the advantage. Keith, that's way too hard. Oh my. He drifts it. He loses it. And he gives 2 spots away. Cindy and Bobby Anderson taking control of that one. I think he was trying to get a run there on Cindy and trying to make sure he can jump ahead. Couldn't quite get to go. And speaking of getting ahead, it looks like Seymour having some problems trying to get the truck to stay under control. Same for Sean Long. Both drivers having troubles in either a tight end or a loose end of the track, depending on how you look at it. Oaks right now with a 1.35 lead, now getting charged down by Colin. Colin trying desperately to get him. Could be waiting his time here, maybe letting him get burnt off on tires here. Either way, these drivers, man, they are dealing with a lot of trouble and company here. The 77, so Stephen Ford right now making a comeback here in the Chevrolet Silverado. See him turning the truck in, well then having to work around the fuel mileage and then having to work around his speeds here. Has to stay under control and stay calm, cool, and collected to make sure he doesn't overdo himself. He's well aware of that as he looks to hunt down the number 76, Mike Rideout, the MRN Silverado. Interesting stuff here out of the gate here. We've had quite a bit of a showcase already from these guys, and it just gets more and more interesting as it goes. You can see right there, that corner. If you guys remember what I've said more about Martinsville, when it's like a paperclip track, yeah, that turn's kind of pretty much what Martinsville's turns are. So we talk about how hard you got to slam the brakes on that corner and then having to work the turnaround. Imagine what it's like having to go down that slope and then having to steer that thing in through the corner. Yeah, I would not bargain being anybody's assistant on figuring out how to get that dialed in. It's one of the toughest corners to master in road courses, in my opinion. Heck, I'd even argue it's probably maybe the toughest because it makes for such an impressive little corner to have to deal with when it comes to fender racing. An open wheel? Not really. Gone driving a little too hard there, got into the sandy pits there, and that's going to cost him even more time. Oaks is really making him think about this one just a little bit. Remember, Jeffrey Oaks has pretty much been through war zones and back on PT Race TV. He's been through quite a bit, and he's looking pretty solid here out of the gate. He's really forcing these guys' hands and staying true to his word. Checkmate the 0-8 to Keith Taylor, staying up ahead there. Jeffrey Vickery as Matthew Hoffert now closes in on him, and Dennis Warren's right behind him. You listen to this throttle rhythm, look at how tight he's going to have to get back off the gas, clutch in, edge down, and then get the truck to steer around. But again, you can't get too aggressive, you can't get too timid. You just have to figure out a way to catch those corners just right, make sure the truck still has grip. And then at that point, it's pretty much just a crapshoot. What happens next? Here comes Hoffert on Vickery. Vickery opens the door up, lets him on the right side, on the left side, excuse me, and then he is going on the right. But Hoffert able to outmaneuver. Now to the tight end corner here off the cut, historic track configuration. Hoffert able to get the advantage. Now needs to get back in the throttle, and he is successful. Vickery in the Fluff 7 will lose position over. He gives it to Matthew Hoffert, and Hoffy is now on patrol to get to the top 5. Impressive stuff there. And again, unless you guys have actually ran these road courses, you've even ran a track like this with this truck, you have absolutely no idea how tough these things are. I was literally just a couple of hours ago jumping into this thing, and I felt that truck so loose. It was on ice skates. You could not control it. There was no, you could feel the steering, you could feel the rear end when it kicks out, but you just never knew for sure if and when it was going to happen. And once it did, boy, did it kind of just make you question yourself, did I do that or was that the truck? But really, in all honesty, it's the track itself that just gets you all situated out and all centered off. That is the challenges that you face and the constant problems these drivers have to go and endure through these racing. Pretty solid comeback here for Matthew Hoffert right now as Dennis Warren and Jeffrey Vickery trying to keep up with the pace here. Corey Reed, more troubles. Suffering through on lap number 6 there, went off track, got it squared away, but now has to deal with company as drivers have already lapped him down. Corey, good to see him back out here as always, then Reconstruction Chevrolet Silverado, but you know, other than the ovals, we haven't really seen him, in my opinion, at his best. Very good guy, very honest to God guy, but I mean, these road course challenges I feel like are kind of his weakness. I always felt like he kind of struggled here more often than not, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. Hold on, buddy, got a driver coming beside you. Keith Taylor, man, just sneak his way around. Reed nearly losing it in on the final 2 turns here, but he was able to regain his composure and strengthen back out. Matthew Hoffert dealing with Vickery right behind him, trying to catch him. Problems for Stephen Ford there, the 77. Corey Stahl taking advantage in the 66 Red Bull machine. And Corey, this is another guy we talk about constantly because really when it comes to the overall aggression and passion he has to race, I mean, he's got it dialed into a T, and he's 7 spots up right now from his qualifying position. Had to serve the EOL, unfortunately, due to some situations last race, but learned his lesson. Now he is currently maneuvering the chains. Looks like some problems down there for the CW Matthews 99. Wally Babb in the Toyota Tundra camp. Looks like he couldn't quite keep it on track and ends up losing some positions over. Here comes Rockside Tires. Hunter Hansen in the 13 F-150 with a Chevrolet damaged up of the 5 Chantel Bottle. And Pottle, right now, currently, I think just trying to just kind of keep her head in the game and try to just stay out of trouble. She's had a lot of great top 5 performances and a win at Talladega over the start of the season, but the one thing we did kind of wonder, we kind of worry about is that first win is usually a cursed win, because once you get that first one, it's hard to get that second one in the season. The only drivers that have been able to win out the first race this season and still come away with the second one were Jeff Oakes and Robert Kahn, as well as Cindy, and that was the only ones in terms of the main series we've seen, from the trucks to ARCA to Cup to Xfinity, that we have seen in terms of drivers winning out later in the season. Hunter Hansen in the 13 right now, looking to hunt down that 99 of Wally Babb here. As we go on board, you can see just how difficult it is to see over those hills and roll off on the track. They're very difficult to master, and even more so difficult to control. And speaking of control, it looks like I'm trying to figure out if the 5 is trying to wall ride or if she's trying to turn the track into a ski slope. I'm not sure what happened to her, but it looks like she might have got herself into trouble there off the set of corners there. Speaking of getting into trouble, look at this battle coming up right into the final 2 sectors. Here comes Hoffert on the right side. You see him piling it quick. Heath Taylor trying to hold him back. Not going to be. Hoffert has now moved the chains. He's back in the top 5. And Dennis Warren's even getting almost kind of kicked up there a little bit from the 90, or excuse me, the 7. As Keith Taylor right now tries to checkmate his way back in position, but there is something wrong in the 08. His speeds are not the same. Something is very wrong. There's got to be a problem. He has got a big problem. Right side tire looks like it might be gone, and the right front is done for on Keith Taylor's truck. That is going to cost him positions. Ooh. And that right there, folks, is not something you usually see from the checkmate camp, but something broke and something went wrong, and that's going to cost him dearly. What a tough break there for Keith Taylor. Mike Rideout, the MRM 76, currently holding down the 3rd place position, doing a great job here, doing just that and then some. Robert Kahn, the first one into pit road here. This is a surprise to me, because we would not have thought he would have gone into pit road this early in the race. Granted, we are only 10 laps in with about 15 laps left to go, so could be possibly he's just trying to strategize something above all else, but I'm not sure I agree with the strategy here. The SpaceX NASA 07 Silverado of Cindy Taylor doing a great job right now, moving the chains again. And remember, the last time she was in the same predicament, she had pretty much kind of pointed her way and got a few wins in to make it to the final race, but literally with a draw on Kahn, and whoever won that race really was going to be your champion. It would go to Kahn, as Cindy struggled early and could not redeem it. She told me earlier today she has not thought about that race. She has not cared to think about it. She only focuses on the next set and what's up ahead for her. And I think that's exactly the kind of drive and the mentality you got to have just to even survive out in this level of competition, in this tough crowd of racers. Listen how soft that throttle is there with Dennis Lawrence in the 90. You don't hear that thing jumping on the gas, getting too hard on the throttle anymore. You hear it just nice and smooth, and the way he's having to steer this off as well. He's trying to not burn the tires up, trying to get back to that number 7 to Jeffrey Vickery, as Bobby Anderson has now entered into pit road. He's parked it down there as well here as the field continues to work their way on around. Vickery now moves it into the top 5. He's got the 4th spot wrapping in. Warren's in the 5th slot as well. And again, remember, when they get into pit road, they've got 2 options: get tires or get fuel. And I think for most of these drivers, they're going to get at least all tires and fuel to hopefully stay in this one. Corey Reed still struggling. Oh, he's struggling even worse now. That thing is tore up. He's got a left front wheel bent in. He's got a left rear wheel bent in, excuse me. The front of his nose kind of chipped a little. He's got a massive, massive problem. And now he's got to try to find a way to work around traffic. And this is exactly a problem we were going to expect here. Slows down, tries to not hit Bobby. Bobby Anderson, great driving, but Hunter Hansen couldn't quite get in front there. Reed now backing through the corners. The Rockside Tires in trouble. And the 5, Chantal Bottle looking to try to maybe make up pay for that. Reed again, loose, Hansen into the sand. Oh, Reed's coming up. Bottle dries off. Nice pass through the corner. Wow. A big move there and a big drive off around the turns. Now Hansen right now, I gotta believe, probably not too thrilled about traffic getting in the way of his reign and his drive here. But again, that's just something you have to deal with no matter where you go. Racing can be a cruel, cruel mistress sometimes, but it can be a fun way to make things interesting. I mean, how do you think we get around on the dirt track sometimes? Don't think that the driver just runs away from the field and doesn't expect someone to come back from behind after they run into traffic, do you? Jeff Oaks right now, though, I mean, you want to talk about a guy that's got a solid lead. He is 21 seconds ahead of Matthew Hofford as he just now finally goes into pit road. I think he's pretty comfortable right now, to say the least. Stephen Ford with some troubles down there off the final 2 corners again. Thought that pretty much that Martinsville corner, if you will. Oaks is going to go in quickly, try to watch for Kahn here, and no, he's coming for him. Looks like all 4 tires going to go for Oaks. Hofford takes the lead away. And again, all drivers have to get into pit road at least once. So I checked the fuel mileage on these things. They've only got about 19, 20 laps of fuel. This is a 25 lap race. There is no way you're saving enough fuel to go the full distance. Oaks back out. Hofford takes the lead. Birthday boy to the lead for the first time today. Glenn Seymour in the number 18. Remember earlier on, he got into a little bit of trouble in the I Can't Seymour, the Ford F-150. Looks like he's kind of regained his composure, though, as he gets company rolling on from behind him. Bobby Anderson trying to catch him here as we go on board. Anderson driving his corners in just a little bit deeper. Seymour trying to drive it a little tighter. Both ways can work, but it looks like Anderson might have a slight advantage there. Vickery into pit road as Jason Henry has a bit of a problem down there in the number 3. For what it's worth, though, folks, I'll give them all credit where credit's due. This has been a very, very clean road course challenge week for him. I know it's still a tough track to master and it's still a tough one to figure out, but for the most part, it's been very good and very rugged in its racing. Seymour entering into pit road. Now his time has come to give Anderson back to the 6th spot. Sean Long in that 98 right now. Looks like he's just, at this point, just trying to coast around and just hope for the best here. C.W. Matthews, 98, McCamp. Not quite up to par, up to speed as some of these other drivers today, it seems. Jeffrey Vickery back out, and Warren's overshot his corner there, trying to avoid Vickery. Now lost position again. And Chantel Bottle making a beeline for it. The 5 is now moving the chains. Remember, though, she has not been in pit lane, though, so her and Hofford, as well as Hunter Hansen, the last drivers remaining to not have gone into pit road. For Bottle, though, I think it's a matter of just trying to exercise her demons and just try to get up as far as she can. Let everybody else make the mistake and she can kind of roll with it. Alfred has got a bold strategy going, though. I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with it, but it's a bold strategy, all right. And speaking of bold moves, here we go. This is where the fun begins. Oaks right now went in later. Khan went in earlier. Does the strategy for Khan weigh out in his favor? Because Oaks seems as though he's got the tires mileage figured out. They'll lean their way around. This is your battle for second, and whoever can outtake the other one may be able to go for the lead and the win. Hoffert knows this. That's why he's just playing very cool here, just staying focused on his driving and watching out for trouble here. 10 laps to go now. Really, it all boils down to one thing. Who can outlast and survive? Oaks is literally on that tail for the 21. Khan blocking. He's blocking. He's defending him. Doesn't want nothing to do with him, and he's trying to get rid of him as soon as he can, and he knows it too. Looking to sideswipe him into the turn. No. Oaks backs off. No bump and run there. Khan slightly loose. Oaks straighter off the exit. But Khan was able to get a good drive off. Matthew Hoffert, the birthday boy, enters into pit road. Now the battle commences for the race lead. And Oaks catches a little bit of it. He almost had him in the turn. Khan loose there off the exit. These heavy-duty machines are currently being pushed to some limits, being pushed a bit further than maybe these drivers were expecting. Khan already has one win to his name so far this season. He wants to add another, but he's not going to have it easily, though. Here comes a 20 on the right side. Oaks with the drive. Now can he push off? Khan's loose. Can't keep it down on all fours. Oaks with a beautiful pass, but it gets a bump from the 21. Khan backs off, and Oaks will regain the lead. Oh, that right there is a sequence of events, my friends. Oh, my. How did Oaks manage to keep Khan in the dark and keep him away from that position is beyond me. But it looks like Oaks is currently still dealing with the pressure. And he gets a slight bit loose there, too tight into the turn, way too wide, and Khan makes a pay for it. And that battle for the lead now just became an even tougher challenge because Khan was able to outmaneuver him. They'll go around the 5, sent up Bottle slightly tight, but C goes way too tight. Gets slowed down again. Oh my, this could be troublesome for him and the team. He's trying to hang in there while the rest of your crew right now work their way on around. Hoffert with that positioning is still in the top 5. Vickery following from behind. Corey Reed trying to get him. Trying to get his last back, trying to get anything back he can. I don't think he's going to have much of a chance there as Vickery right now tries to hunt down the 84. Just back and forth, madness at its best. Reed in the way again of the Fluff 7. Vickery, I don't really think he's too appreciative of it. There's not a whole lot he can do about it. Oaks and Khan now, literally, Oaks driving like a madman trying to get back to that 21. He made one mistake, and that was overdriving that corner on the final 2 turns. Khan made him pay for it. That's why you just don't leave openings for the rattlesnake. Because if you temper with him, he'll bite, and he's a feisty one, I'll tell you that much. Believe me, I've raced around him enough to know he will get you when you least expect it. Corey Stahl, the 66, continuing to make his way through the change. Corey Reed. Just more problems down there at this point. Really nothing else we could say. Dennis Warren, though, getting blocked off from him, now making his way past him and able to get ahead of the field. We've seen it more often than not where it all boils down to the closing laps, the closing moments before we really start seeing the fireworks going down. We'll take a look at our lap time here, and you can see this is a very big spot here for Khan. He's been gaining every lap here since he got past Oaks here. Remember, there was a slight mistake there from Oaks entering into that turn last time. Khan, this time, no troubles. With 6 laps to go, what does the timestamp say? Gain of ground. Oaks is on the attack. Focused on his line and so focused on his control. Trying to get back that 21, but will he give him the bump and run for a position? If I know Oaksy, I don't think he'll hesitate, and he's going to get his chance here. Here we go. Down the final slopes with 5 to go this next time by. If he's going to make a move, he needs to start thinking about it quicker rather than later. This is going to be a corner that's going to set the tone. Khan slowing down. Oaks right there with him. Looking to the inside. Khan had to close it off on him quickly before he got to him. That was a risky move. Khan knew that could have backfired on him. Oaks playing fair, though. Being very, very generous, in my opinion. I don't know if I'd have been so nice there. Top 5 on your screen. Final 5 to go. Mike Rideout, Wally Babb right now dealing with each other's company here. Pressure is on. Rideout dealing with the Babb on the corner. The top 10 bracket for an extra point. Up for grabs. Rideout too tight in the corner. Off the exit. Here comes Babb in the corner. And the 99 Tundra managing to make his way through a field. Impressive back and forth action here on PT Racing TV between all these drivers with seemingly no end to the spectrum. Ford at this point trying to watch himself and keep it close and tight. He knows he can get openings here if he can go for it. Gets around Rideout, but Rideout will not let him by that easily. A full second and a half now thrown on Oaksy. Oaksy making a big troublesome turn there. Again, the same corner that cost him earlier. Now got him again. Battle for 4th between Anderson and Hofford. You got so many battles going on from the mid-pack to the top half. Really for position and jockey for the run. This is the final legs of this race, and this is exactly what they want to see. Can Hofford figure out a way to get around Anderson? Again, there's not a lot of passing zones, so you've got to really make your mark and make your move quicker than you know it. The Power Rangers, Green Ranger number 1, still holding the 84 back, but the gear wrench machine is now moving the chains to him. Right in position and performing at a high level here, looking for a chance, looking for a shot, something, anything to help him. Just see how long, how tough, how treacherous this road course really is. It's a course that sets even the best drivers at their level and at their peak with no regard for what comes next. The desert is unfriendly as it is tough to tame. And that's exactly what we're seeing here throughout this field, throughout this set. Oaks right now maybe burnt too much of the tires up. Khan taking full control of this one. But he is still having problems of his own right now. Trying to deal with Oaksy behind. Now Oaks with another opportunity. Gets around right out. He gets a chance here. Can he get to him again? Is he possibly being conservative, waiting for a moment? But again, it's really tough to say because, again, he had plenty of moments earlier. He didn't take them. And that 21 is just making it that much more difficult. Hard on the exit, hard to the corner. He got a lot of ground that time. That was a good run. That was a good push. It is 2 laps to go. Green flag high in the air. Something's got to give. They're going to run into lap traffic here. This is going to make things more interesting. I'll tell you that. Stephen Ford going to be the dictator as Khan has to watch and the spirit harder, trying to maneuver around the 77. Oaks with a chance. Can he get to him? Got pretty tight there. Khan extremely hard off the exit, trying to get back at that throttle before Oaks can catch him. Now Wally Babb going to be in the way. The bump from the 20. Oaks got the 21 into the corner. Maybe payback for earlier, but he didn't get him loose enough. Backs him into the corner now, driving him right through the slopes. Oaks needs to catch him. Can he get another shot at him and then run off from there? He knows Khan will kill for him if he tries it again. Here they come now down into the turn. The 99 will drive it a little wide to stay out of the way. We're going to bring him to the white flag this time on by. Babb in the way of Oaks. And that could have been the deal breaker. Khan able to make it work. White flag in the air. Did all that work and all that effort go for naught? Coming down through the ends. This has been absolutely chaotic, and they're still maneuvering through traffic. Corey Reed in the way. Now back to the throttle. Everybody's slamming the gas, slamming the brakes, trying to find something. Anything to get this truck to grip just the slightest bit more. Khan, nice smooth corner exit. Oaks slightly harder off, gets a looser end. This is the same corner that earlier on those two got each other. A much better corner from Khan this time. Oaks loose again, sneaks his way back through. Mashing the gas pedal and the loud pedal into full use right now. Khan has got this one all but wrapped up unless Oaks can do something. Khan has maneuvered him. One more corner and this one's over with. Into the turn and off the final exit. Oaks gets loose. It's over. Robert Khan will win again, and another road course challenge week belongs to the Rattlesnake. He gave it his heart and his soul to try to knock him down, and he had the lead wrapped up, it seemed like, more times than not. But unfortunately, there are some things you just cannot control. One of them happens to be just trying to take down probably one of the toughest road course racers on the circuits. The Rattlesnake is victorious. And the Freightliner 21 Toyota Tundra will bring this one home once more in a heated end and fight to the race win. What a performance. Race results are now in, race fans. Here is the final results. Khan will defend off Oaks and win it out. Cindy the Closer Taylor closes another top 5 and gets a 3rd place podium for her troubles. Bobby Anderson goes 4th. Matthew Hofford 5th. 6th to Jeffrey Vickery. Tess Warrens goes 7th. Glenn Seymour going 8th. 9th to Corey Stahl. Wally Babb takes home 10th. That is our final finishers for this one here, presented by the Pitstall Racing Network. And now there's really only one last thing left to do, race fans. We've got to chit chat with our drivers and see how they felt about this one. Do not go anywhere. When we come back, we will listen in to the drivers and see how they felt about this one. Don't go anywhere.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey, while I search high and low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
And welcome back here, race fans. Right now, currently, the top 5 drivers setting themselves out on the track and getting relaxed up. But our 3rd place finisher today, Cindy the Closer Taylor, not able to join us here on the call, so we will let her celebrate that one with the overlay and all that set up. But coming away today, race fans, in 2nd place after an absolute clinic of a fight to the end, Jeffrey Oaks in the 20 coming away 2nd. Jeff, congratulations on a 2nd place finish, but it looked like quite a few times there, especially early on in this race. This one may have belonged to you early, and then the pit stops came, and what went from there, sir?
Archon, I gotta give him credit. He drove a heck of a race no matter what. But, going into the race, I kept telling myself, I'm gonna just split it, pit on lap 12, split the stage, whatever you want to call it, on tires. And, I saw Archon went in on lap 11, 10 going to 11, and I was like, well, so I changed my strategy and stayed out a couple more laps, hoping that the tires in the end would pay off. And I was definitely quicker at the end there for a while, but catching them is one thing and passing them cleanly is definitely another thing. So
There's certainly the case there, but I'll ask you this too. I mean, what was one of the absolute toughest challenges you had to face when it came to that bump and run, much as trying to hold that thing on line to get ahead of him?
it was actually just racing contact. Neither one of us were really trying to get into each other, and and so I basically at that point I just worried about keeping on the track and keeping it straight.
Right. Well, you definitely kept it straight and kept it on to the end, but just didn't quite finish out the way you were hoping for. But nevertheless, as you finish this one out, who do you want to thank you for this one, sir?
I'd like to thank the league for all you guys do and what you do and put on. Archon, because that was one of the funnest races I've had in a long time. And wins are awesome and we love to get them, but I also love to do this for, hobby and fun. And when I can sit down and walk away and say I had fun, that's a rare thing sometimes. So appreciate him and everybody else that come out to race tonight and keeping it clean. My beautiful wife for letting me doing this.
For sure there. Jeff Oaks, congratulations, man. Great performance and finish for you today, sir.
Thanks, buddy. Take care up there.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Oaks coming away today as your second place finisher. The rattlesnake, though, Robert Kahn, bites again and strikes with the win. Kahn, congratulations on that. And, we talk about it all over the time, but when you get on these road courses, there's always that one little thing for you. You know it's coming. You're going to go for broke here.
Yeah, I always enjoy them. That's for sure. I think first time we've been here in a long time, so it was nice to be back here. That's for sure. Hard track, man. You have to really have to hustle.
I was going to ask, compared to the other road courses you've won and had to deal with, was this probably the toughest one to have to settle for and win with, you'd say?
Oh yeah, definitely. With how technical the track is and the certain braking points and steering points, but it makes it even more difficult when you had a faster truck behind you, which was Oaks. He was on 4 or 5 lap fresher tires than me, and so I was giving it everything I had on that. I was kicking it sideways, running it way too hard. So, but sometimes it works. I just got lucky this time.
You certainly did indeed. Well, nevertheless, though, with a race win and a victory here, who do you want to thank you for this one?
Feg PC, appreciate them being on board with us. ButtKicker, Lightning Wrapz, everybody who's involved. I appreciate them. Pit Stall League, them as well. So, but appreciate you too, man. Do a good job.
Appreciate the time. Con, congratulations. Well deserved on the win today, sir.
Thanks, man.
The Rattlesnake will walk away with this one and the victory here at Sonoma. And with that, another one is completed, and we are heading on home. So, next week, of course, we'll be at Dover Motor Speedway. We'll see what happens there. But for now, we thank Sonoma and everyone and all our sponsors that helped us out, from the Pit Stall to ButtKicker Company to Entertainment Group, PC.net, and Lightning Wrapz for your support. Without you guys, as well as the fans out there, we wouldn't be able to do it without you. So, from here on us, some PT Race TV, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time with the Green Flag Flies.